All right, we're back up. We're back up. You guys just have to come over to the stream over here again. I'm sorry about that. Somebody said, "Hey, I'm gonna just call your phone," and anyway, it broke everything. Like it literally, I watched all of my devices ring, and then watched everything crash. So good times. Here we are. All right. Let's jump in. Here we go. So we got one person in. What up, Broadwell? Good to see you, man. I only have one camera going because that phone call literally crashed everything. That is one of the things that's a bummer about working on Apple devices is if they're synced up. If my phone rings, 1, 2, 3, 4 devices rang at the same time, and the stream completely crashed, which was funny. After I said, like you said, got a little greedy with the no stream crash, and then somebody force crashed it, and it was probably a wrong number. I couldn't even answer it. Crashed the phone. Yo, what up, Jason? We got 14 people in here. Jason Krager, how are you, sir? Good to see you, as always, my friend. Let's go back to checking out my rack. Not this rack, not the Black Flag shirt rack, not the glass of wine back there behind me. Oh, the back. Here we go. So some more of what's on here. Here is some of that Punisher that I was talking about. Letter by Ken Brusnak. One of the great runs on the Punisher. So this is a bunch of Whilce Portacio. Then we get into this. Who do we have here other than Whilce Portacio inked by Art Bear? We got that AT in there, Art Bear. He is the number 12 most prolific inker ever to work in comics. That means his output is the 12th highest out of all inkers. Here's some more. These are all Jim Lee Punisher War Journals, Jim Lee X-Men, Uncanny, Jim Lee X-Men, McFarlane Spider-Man, some Joe Mad down there. I have the Great Rooster Punchers Void Walker comic, and a bunch of Major X comics back here as well. Got some Lobos back, which is a good one. We have the iconographic X-Men cover, True Believers, Wolverine, some Simon Bisley, some Body Bags, some Tomb Raider, some Darkness, Black and White, Adam Hughes, Gen 13, Greatest Crossover, Dark Knight issue 1, some more Wolverine, that great Punisher Warzone that we were talking about the other day, Absolute Carnage, Young Blood, Bloodshot, Asgardian Wars, that comic book Black Flag, Extreme Hero, which had an appearance of Black Flag, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4. What is this in here? Well, look at what we have here, guys. Look at what we have here. No, not the Black Flag ash can. I mean, that's cool, right? But did you know that there was a Stephen Platt Prophet ash can for Prophet number 5? Arguably his best issue. I've always said I like number 10, but I mean, come on. Let's look at that in the light of day in black and white. Woohoo! This was coming right from the from his originals. These are the ash cans were made from copies right out of his originals. But look at that. Isn't that great? So we got a Prophet ash can. We have a old school Generation 1 Image Comics stamped Black Flag ash can here. It's got some of the black and whites. This is going to be available as one of the perks on the crowdfund campaign. I have a couple of the original ones. I'm not sure how many. I'll have to look for them. But we will make one-for-one reproductions of these so you can get that that artifact yourself and such. Let's go here to the boards. This is what I see when I go on the boards. Look how far back we are here. So you guys are looking at Black Flag. Don't even notice it went down on YouTube. Auto-loaded it for me. Good. What up, Mr. W? It's good to see you. Got to go make rice for my nephew. Have a great rest of the night. You have a good one too. 90s had pure drawing talent. Yeah, the 90s were excellent. Excellent. That's some other stuff we might go through this month too, because I get inspiration from looking at old IDW comic books. We've got old Transformers, a Rubik's Cube, Time Machine. Look at, there's Warlock. You guys might have seen my Warlock Time Machine deal. But you could see, like I said, this thing has 7 walls, right? 1, that sliver is 2, 3, that sliver over there is 4, this is 5, this wall up here is 6, and that wall is 7. I work in a 7-walled room. That's where I work. What do you call a 7-walled room? The Cave. That's the name of this room in my house, is the Cave. So if you ever stop by, you're actually visiting the Cave, aka the Sanctum Sanctorum. Anyhow, you guys, we're approaching the. Do you still have the ash can that Kid Supreme previewing it? One of the things stolen from me years ago, and I just can't remember what the front of the ash can was, so I can look for it. Mr. Green, yes, I can tell you. Usually, those were made in '96. They were hot pink, and it was the cover of Kid Supreme 3 with Glory on one side, Kid Supreme on the other. I think Kid Supreme was on the left, Glory was on the right. My brain might be flipping it. And a bit of a checker pattern on it. And then it featured a bunch of sketches, including some stuff from Black Flag in it. Need an 8th for the octagon. That's right, man. Leg kick. The only fighting that happens in here is me with my own willpower. I'll tell you, there are certain things I have a hard time not eating. I like fresh blueberries. I do. I like fresh blueberries, and they satisfy my real craving. And my real craving is Haribo gummy bears. I love Haribo gummy bears. In fact, one year, my younger brother went to school with this guy named Andrew. Very nice kid. He said, "Can I shadow you for 5 days?" I have to do this job shadow thing for school. We have to do a Monday through Friday with somebody, and I picked comic book artist. And he said to me afterwards, "Is there any way that I can thank you?" And this was 1999. "Is there any way I can thank you?" I said, "Yeah, man. I need 5 pounds of Haribo gummy bears." And I said it as a joke. It was just one of those like, yeah, I need 5 pounds of Haribo gummy bears, because that's what you say when, "Is there anything I can do for you?" No joke. Less than a couple days later, at my doorstep, I get a knock from the UPS man. It is a 5-pound box of Haribo gummy bears. And what a fine gentleman that was. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Skull Diamond 94. Ash cans can be awesome promotion material for not only the complete comic, but for the crowdfunding campaign of the project. Amen to that, because they don't cost a lot. The origin of the ash can, from what I understand, was to create sort of a dummy book for the publisher to go through. They call them ash cans because they would just throw them away into the ash can when they were done. They weren't considered anything important. And now, of course, there's a whole collector's market. I've managed to keep many ash cans through my career. I have some by the awesome Todd Knock, Spatula Spiff, and a bunch of other ones. Those are the ash cans that were shown to me by Jaime Mendoza in Texas back in '94. I took those ash cans back to Rob, and then from there, Rob hired Todd. So ash cans can be a way to get your work out there as well. Cheers to that. Hope you guys are drawing today. Hope you guys draw this week. Hope you draw this weekend. Sorry for that crash. They happen. Anyhow, we're approaching 11 o'clock here in Georgia, where we are. I hope you guys had a really good time watching the development process of creating those vehicles. That's just one vehicle for Geisha. Maybe we'll explore what some of the Alphabots could look like from that story that never happened. What would gorillas look like? What would snipers look like? What do they look like combined together to form that Voltron-like character? Why would they need something that big? These are all questions that I ask when I write, you know? That's the other process. You see, when I'm creating, I will take some material like a visual of something, like a lump of clay, and I'll slam it down, and I'll pinch and stretch and add, and next thing you know, you got something new. And you can do that with concepts too. Like if you say, hey, what would happen if this character, Raiden, had a brother, and his brother ran a sushi restaurant, and he was a total normal guy, but he had to go out of town and asked Raiden to run the sushi restaurant. You go, man, that's a pretty mundane idea. But then you go, why did he have to leave town? And maybe the Dojo Yama clan's involved, and his brother set him up. These are not real stories, mind you, but just out of the idea of when I was a kid. I've said this before, I think. There's a song by Sting called If You Love Somebody. Came out in 85. But every time I hear that song, I think of the time my stepmom volunteered me to do this kid's paper route for 2 weeks. And I'd have to get up early. But what made me ultimately think of that Raiden idea was that experience. And then I go, oh, what would happen if you had to take someone else's job, one that you didn't pick, one that you have to do, and then you raise the stakes and you make it dramatic, and then you tie it in somehow. Anyhow, that's how you make ideas stick and have a good time with them. Let's see what we got here. Mr. Perdomo. You guys, Will Perdomo, that is the guy right there. You can harass the hell out of him. He is the man who has this hanging on his wall. He is my co-writer on this Black Flag series, Black Flag Pineapple Perception. Very good dude. Like I told you, started off as an intern at Extreme. One of my brothers, one of my close friends I've known now for almost 25 years. He knows almost as much about Black Flag as I do, which makes me feel confident in working and collaborating with him. And hey, Peter, man, I thought you weren't tubing, man. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for your shout out on Twitter. Before we go, I'm gonna show you guys some of the new people. What we did on the iPad, and I know this is all crazy, but that phone call killing the stream killed the other camera, and that killed the connection to that camera, and usually that setup takes about 1 or 2 minutes. So I'm holding my deal. There we go. Let's do this. I'm gonna add the iPad in so you can see what we did. Will, you'll be happy to know that we are using the stream to do development. So here are some vehicle ideas here. We've got this one. We've got this one here. C, D, E, F, G, and H. So there are 8 vehicle designs that we did on the live stream, as well as some modifications to those ideas to create new things. And we also explored what it would be like if we took one to to fruition from the loose breakdowns. So that's what we did, and that's what we will continue to do in the month of November. Not just vehicles, but environments, props, and characters as well. I will talk about other things like anatomy and how sometimes characters and the way they look will be affected by their anatomy types. You know, they're stronger, they can carry bigger stuff, that sort of thing. So we'll get into that. We will also have our special guest, Art to Bear, on November 5th, talking about Chronos Mechanics, his Indiegogo campaign, and going and talking about working with guys like Jim Lee, Will Spertasio, Rob Liefeld, penciling, being a penciler and an inker, and of course his days of it at Extreme, his friendships that he has with guys like Dan Panosian and myself. Very excited to have Art to Bear, so make sure that you tune in on Tuesday. We're also going to have Louis LaRosa from Bloodshot come and visit us. It is going to be a fantastic month of November as we gear up for things, and we will figure out how to get those buttons to you guys, whether it's through a newsletter, through sharing, through buying a copy of something. Those buttons will get out, and if the demand is high enough, I'll do a re-release of these shirts. You ever need bone marrow or a kidney, I'll trade you for that Black Flag cover. Ha ha ha. See, Will? I told you, man. People want that thing. You gotta hide it. We'll create a facsimile edition and then hang that on the wall and put the other one away somewhere. Do we get to vote? I like H the most. I think the vote is not a bad idea. I will say this, I won't let it affect the outcome of my instincts, and that is not a slight against you, and I'm not saying it's a dictatorship or anything like that, but it's more about what, if I'm going to have fun with Black Flag, it's going to be stuff that I want to draw the most, and that's usually how things win, but I also like hearing what you guys have to say, and that may end up swaying my vote. So, yeah, I think a vote's a great idea. All right, gentlemen, we've been on this stream here for 17 minutes. It is 11 o'clock here in Georgia. I wanted to say thank you guys. Please do me a favor and share this channel anywhere you can. I want to say thank you to guys like Rooster Puncher, Peter Smetti, and anybody else who has shared this. Let's go do some really fun stuff, especially this month. Let's develop some things for Black Flag and the way it's going to look. Like I said, the story's written. It's being expanded out by Will Perdomo and myself, and we are doing some of the visual development as it happens, and you're here for it. So you guys think about what you want. Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'll live stream or not. I may or may not. I've got another kid having a birthday. My stepson is turning 15. My gosh, it's kind of hard to believe that time is flying like that. But tomorrow, when we do the stream, if and when, which is a high likelihood that we will since it's so late, think about what you want to see. If you want to see some character development, some bad guy development, some weapons, environments, etc. My pleasure, and I want to say thank you as always. I enjoy doing these streams. I'm enjoying it more every day. And you guys have my gratitude. So I will bid you adieu, all 23 of you. Let's look. I want to show you that I see 23 of you guys. Look at this right here. Where's the camera? That's my ugly face. Oh, now it's down to 21. That's Mike Turner's favorite number. So that's good. That was synchronistic. All right, gang. You guys, be well. Be good to each other. Be good to yourselves. Draw every day. Be an active observer. Look around you and notice things. Collect those notes. We'll also be talking about a little bit of the free flow drawing system. Please do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up. More importantly, leave comments. Any sort of questions, any suggestions, anything down there in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them and answer them most of the time. I'd say 90% of the time. So thank you again. I'm your host, comic book veteran of 28 years. I am Fragaboom. You guys are the dudes. I'm out.